So I've recorded this twice now. Once I fucked up and I messed up my audio. The second time I just misspoke at the beginning. So let's start with what I have carded, which is Flame Shock, and then I have Shadow Burn, Confligurate, and what I'm going next is Felguard, but like last time I believe it was Rain of Fire. And I am going to be re-rolling this as Felguard instead of that. And I'll even switch that one out entirely to Chaos Bolt if I ever get a Chaos Bolt, because that would be really good, but I don't have it, so, and I can't guarantee it. So anyway, the basic idea of this, and then what I start off with when I get this is I'm going to be getting Demon Skin, or Demon Armor. Same difference really, they're both the variants of the same spell. Immolate, Fire Blast, and Life Tap for mana management. So the idea of this build is you Immolate and Flame Blast to spread your Immolate, and then Fire Shock is to increase your flame damage. You also have Confligurate to consume your Immolate and do more damage. On top of that, the other things that I kind of high rolled were Corruption and Shadow Bolt, but like mainly you need Shadow Bolt because it'll debuff your main enemy you're attacking and give you a higher chance to crit against him. Other things that you kind of want to go for is Flame Tongue Weapon or Firestone or Spellstone. On top of that, another good one to get would be like Mage Armor for some more mana management. On top of that, demons are always good. Right now I have a Voidwalker, which always good. I love Voidwalkers, but at the same time, Felguard probably better, and so forth and so forth. Those are the kind of things I tend to like, but that's just because I love demons, partially. Like, that's part of the reason that I say watch out for a demon, but overall they're not as necessary. What you do have, though, is when we're gonna go through this, what you're gonna definitely have to do is build those initial first level spells, and definitely have most of those carded. Your flex spot being kind of your Rain of Fire or Demon or Felguard, depending on how you build it. Rain of Fire, one that I have right now. The main reason it's kind of a flex spot is because you could get rid of Pendulum and put in the RE that allows you to turn Rain of Fire into a cast time. And if you do that, you're going to put down Rain of Fire and just do a hell of a lot more AoE damage, even though I'm already like critting at like 6k right now, so that's not a big deal. Right now my legendary is Harbinger of Flame, but say if you get Chaos Bolt, you're going to move this off and switch it to, god damn, I don't remember the exact name of it. Let's look at it. Controlled Burn, which is going to let you refresh your Immolate with your Chaos Bolt, and your Confligurate's no longer going to consume your Immolate, which is just going to let you do a hell of a lot more single target damage, while your Blaze is going to take care of all of your AoE damage. This, I think, is probably the optimal way to do this, but I couldn't get Chaos Bolt, so this is why I'm running it this way right now. Other one is Demonic Mind, which gives you 5% extra crit chance. That one's just, you're not going to do anything but that one. That's just what you're going to get. There is no other way of dealing with that than Demonic Mind. Let me see. Beyond that, and those are my so I've already showed you my REs, I've showed you my starters, what I carded, and I've given you some advice on how I'd build it. Other than that, I guess anything else you'd want to look out for, obviously more caster stuff, such as Arcane Intellect, and Blessing of Wisdom. I'm sure you kind of can figure that one out as you're looking at things that boost your intellect. It is definitely an intellect-based caster. You're going to have to take my word on the damage, but beyond that, here, let's go through the talents real quick. Nothing in Balance, nothing in Feral, nothing in that. I don't have anything in Hunter, starting from Mage. In Arcane Mage, I got Arcane Concentration to give me a little bit more mana as I go through, because I'm still burning out of mana pretty fast. And then Arcane Intellect, which is going to increase my total intellect by 10% and also deal more damage. Next is kind of where a lot of this is in my fire tree. I have Improved Flame Blast, reducing my cooldown so that I can keep spreading my Immolate as much as possible. Though 4 extra seconds, 2 extra seconds or whatever, might not necessarily be horrible of an extra delay time, but you're kind of going to have to worry about that yourself, figure that out on your own. Ignite, which is going to let when I do critically strike from any of my mage fire spells or whatever, I'm doing additional fire damage and making them heal for less, which is, I guess, is good in PvP, but I'm not really PvPing on this class. Firepower, increase all fire damage done, obviously a good one. And then Pyromaniac, which is going to increase my crit chance, and more importantly, I think, is going to reduce my threat, because I generate a lot of threat. Even now, I'm still having to be careful sometimes to not pull off my tank. So that is a bit of a problem. Nothing in Paladin, nothing in Rogue. I got a couple things in Shaman. I got Raise, which is going to increase my crit chance by 6%. And Booming Echoes, which is going to let my Flame Shock give me the Booming Echoes ability, which increases my fire magic damage done by 5% for 10 seconds. Next, I have in here, I've got Nightfall, which is letting my Corruption have a chance to make my Shadow Bolt cost nothing and be instacast, or cost 50% less and be instacast. That one, I'm honestly debating getting rid of it, because it's just not proccing near enough. Maybe if I adjust some REs, it'll be better, but we'll see. I haven't really messed with that one quite enough to figure that out for sure yet. And then I got Life Tap, which is just going to increase my Life Tap effect. Definitely necessary, because you are going to be running out of mana, as is just kind of the case, I think, with most intellect-based casters. Next, Demonology. I don't think I picked Molten Core. That one is essentially going to increase, let me see, it's essentially increase the duration of your Immolate, and you have 18% chance to gain a Molten Core effect when your Corruption deals damage. So that one's kind of another one that's going to integrate with my Immolate, Corruption, and Shadow Bolt. If I ever get Incinerate, I'd definitely put it in there somewhere, but I don't think I can get Incinerate. Incinerate's it's level 64 spell. So that would be something I'd want if once we get to god damn, what's the fucking name of that place? The next expansion, Burning Crusade. But increased damage done by 18%, increased critical strike chance by 30%. So once I Molten Core, high chance to crit with my Shadow Bolt. Always good, never bad. Next in this, I've got Improved Shadow Bolt, which is going to be giving me 100% chance to make my targets vulnerable, increase my critical strike chance against the target by 5%. Which is the main reason I even use Shadow Bolt at all, is because of the Improved Shadow Bolt, increase my crit chance against him. I'm doing a lot of critting on this build, and it's killing things pretty damn fast and generating a lot of threat. Which is kind of the hardest part about it, is managing your threat. And this is going to reduce your cast time, also reduces the mana cost of all your destruction spells, which is double whammy. Your main abilities are going to be your Shadow Bolt or Immolate, and if I can get Chaos Bolt, I would definitely get it, and that would buff that too, as well as Shadow Bolt. So pretty much definitely grab. Aftermath is going to increase your periodic damage, and your Configurate has 100% chance to daze the target, reducing its movement speed. Also great. Shadow Burn, that was one of the ones I carded. Improved Immolate, increasing damage. Configurate, pretty much another thing I carded. There are other things you might want to grab. I'm pretty sure Ember Storm, for instance, I'd probably grab that if I had Chaos Bolt and like switch something else around, just because of the Final rank if the talent makes you Searing Pain and Incinerate. If I because I already have Incinerate. That's because I have Incinerate as one of my abilities, though, not because it's an actual great ability. So Ember Storm, if I had Chaos Bolt on top of having Incinerate already, on top of having Searing Pain already, not Incinerate. Why the fuck did I think? I keep thinking Incinerate because I really want Incinerate. Anyway, so I'd probably grab that, but there and swap something else around. But that's kind of how I have it. Tweak it, improve it. Ask any questions you want. I'm sure there's something I looked over, or a talent that I didn't grab that I probably should have. A talent that's unnecessary that I did grab. But I think I've pretty much shown how I play this build, and I hope you're just kind of gonna have to believe me that it pumps out a good amount of DPS. I kind of fucked up there when I recorded it, so